Hello, everyone. So,
board covering that sheet
how's the summer?
right now.
What summer? It's over, right? For most of you. Gone. Another year. Who was I just talking to? I said, the next year you'll be in college. Sage. So, yeah, happy to get back to school? Listen, the only thing I can tell you, all right, I'll ask for a show of hands. I got a lot of my operating committee meeting and a lot of graduates. Who would rather be back in school than working? Okay, look at all those hands. So, I know you probably don't feel like it now, but work isn't a party when you get there, so enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts. Okay, couple of miscellaneous, and Mr. Trenger, I did not, was not able to get with him on miscellaneous, but if he has anything, I think we'll save him to the end. If you have anything, and Ken, if you have anything, we'll go at the end. But seniors, how many of you went on college visits this week? Raise your hand. Okay, so just real quick, how did it go? How did they go? This week was Akron and what? Cleveland State and Akron, right? Okay. I think you have the 6 more planned, I believe. These were just the first 2. And for juniors, next year, same time, you're going to have the same opportunity. You're going to be able to pick 4 schools in Northeast Ohio. Starts with Cleveland State, Hiram, Youngstown State, Mount Union, Walsh, Malone, Kent, and Akron. So be thinking about that. If you have a chance to go at the end of your junior year over the summer, go to other schools other than those, because you're going to have a real opportunity to go with Mr. Trenger and Mr. Bruner. Okay, and I believe Mrs. Dubinsky went, and I believe some other staff, right, from Rowan College High School. September 23rd is the next seminar, and you're going to like that. We're going to have a panel of our recent apprenticeships. Some of them don't know it because I got them doing another assignment this week at a CAS meeting, so I was kind of waiting until I got over that one, and then I'm going to ask them to be on the panel for the September 23rd meeting. But I think it's important that they tell you what an apprenticeship meant to them, number 1. Number 2, they're going to tell you that it's not handed out. That's what you hear. You're working towards that ultimate goal. You're going to hear some great stories about their job experiences. And I want to make sure you know what you need to do from now until that time comes to get there. Okay? So don't miss the September 23rd event. Juniors and seniors who need profile work. That's all going to help. Now, your profile is your resume. It's going to be the start of your resume. If you've already done the basics, we'll be looking at updates, Mr. Trenger and I. Ms. Cousins has done a great job in gathering up the young leaders in the community, and they're going to help us do some profiles. So I just want to let you know, November, December, and January is when you'll be working on them. I need them completed February 1st. You're going to have all the help in the world that you need. And I think any of the students, the seniors who have completed profiles, you can talk to Brianna, Ariana, Sage, any of the seniors. It's really an advantage for you to go into a job opportunity with those profiles, okay? And it will become your resume down the road. We have a lot of alumni here. I just spoke to several of them. We need to update their resumes based on their summer experiences, and that should be ongoing. That's a lesson in life. You should never, trust me, you never know what's going to happen in the corporate world or when you get out there. You could walk in, I'm hearing stories even today, people who are on the job 20, 30 years, they walk in, they've got pink slips. Believe it or not, it happens. That's not the time to sit down and do your resume. You should always have that at your disposal. I know Mr. DePietro will tell you, you never know when opportunities are going to come up. You don't want to be spending a week or two trying to put a resume together. You want to have that available at your fingertips. How many of you in here did not receive a portfolio or a backpack yet from the camp program? Raise your hand. Wow, good job, Mr. Trenga. Everybody has one. Great, they reminded you. Okay, great job. And we'll let you talk about Camp Students Center, the hours that it's open. For you juniors, I encourage you to take advantage of it. It's a great, quiet place right across this road here. Mr. Trenger's in there. He's a great resource. There's computers in there. He's had some help setting that up with our IT folks, and go in there and use it as a resource center. For you seniors, when you come over, stop by, say hi to Mr. Trenger. He gets lonely sometimes, unless Mr. Bruner's meeting him up in the back room. All right, with that, I'm going to introduce Dr. Mangala Bet-Pereira. Dr. Mangala is a neonatologist. Who knows what that is? Anybody? Okay, Arabella knows. Arabella knows. What is it, Arabella? Say that again? Work with newborns. Okay? I think off of her bio, and she'll correct me when I give her the mic if I'm wrong. It's intensive care physician for premature newborns.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Right.
Okay, so yes, you were partially right, but it's the intensive care part and the premature part that Dr. Mangala is a specialist in. Very cool, very cool. My wife and I had a premature boy, and believe me, what a blessing it is to have people like Dr. Mangala. She's worked at both Mercy and Altman, and she was instrumental in developing their neonatal care units over the years. Read her bio, okay? It's on the camp website. If you haven't done it already, when you leave here, get 2 minutes, take a look at her bio. And by the way, look at some of the other bios, okay? Because I think you'd be pleasantly surprised if you haven't at some of the expertise that's on the operating committee. Dr. Mangala's husband, Hassan, very accomplished on there, and so is all of our operating committee members, very accomplished in their own right. We're fortunate enough to have her on the camp operating committee, and we're fortunate enough to have her give today's session on wellness. Dr. Bet-Pereira has spent, believe me, countless hours putting this together. Pay attention. You're going to get a break halfway through, so try to stay patient and try to follow. There is a lot of information here, but it's my understanding we have a printout for you to take with you. So take as many notes as you can on the things that really interest you. If you miss something, don't worry about it. You're going to get a copy of the slides that you can follow up with later. But with that, Dr. Bet-Pereira, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. And thank you, students, for coming on a beautiful Sunday afternoon and being here, and so you're having fun outside. And thank you, board members, also, for giving me the opportunity to make this presentation. I have to make a confession to all of you that I have never been in a dorm. I've never stayed in a dorm as a student. So my earlier part of my education was in India Medical School earlier, and the home was 2 blocks away, and I had a good life. So I don't have the experience of being in a dorm. So you were thinking now, how is this lady going to give us a presentation and advise on how to lead a life in the college? But I raised 3 kids, and after Tom asked me, I extensively studied a lot of books and the articles, and I gathered some information. Hopefully, they are helpful to you. So, what we are going to do today is about 60 slides. We will take a break after 30 or 34 slides, and then we regroup again. And then after the end of this speech, if you have any questions, or if you are interested in a particular thing like deep breathing or meditation, we can do 1 minute how to do it. And then, so that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to put in a nutshell what it is about going to college. I know all of you are very anxious and happy, excited at the same time. They have already made the decision to go to college. That's very nice, and you're already taking the classes. So this is home, a sheltered home, and this is a big institution college. You're going from here, a safe, protected home environment where parents are there, they take care of everything from a safety net, and this is all you knew all your childhood. Canton, Ohio, home, sheltered, and everybody's there to take care of you, to a place, college, which is a big institution. You're lost there, and your main purpose of going there is to get education, not to have fun. Yes, we have to have fun. Fun and the study is a balancing act, and how you balance is where it takes you in life. If you balance it well, you're successful. If you have party all the time, you know what happens. So the second point is you're a child here. I mean, don't get offended if I call you a child, okay? You're a child here, and you are becoming transformed into an adult here. First time in your life. It's not like a metamorphosis of a cocoon or anything, but that is true. And you're sailing. This is your first journey to freedom. Because there was no freedom here. Everybody told you what to do. College, you have the first-hand experience of freedom. Right? With the freedom comes responsibility, right? We live in a free country, we have responsibility as a citizen, and so too, you as a citizen, you have responsibilities. With the responsibility, you have choices. So if this choice is about Nike or Adidas, which shoe I want to, it's easy. You Google and say, oh, what do you want, and you pick. But this is not the choice about things in life. This is the choice of values, okay? Study habits. When do I have fun? When do I sleep? Do I take drugs? Do I take alcohol because everybody takes? Do I want to fit in? These are the values. And the values, you have to make it. How do you know what are the good values? The values are inbuilt in you by your childhood. If they're not, you need to study and read and knowledge. You have a rational mind given by God. You use it, and you Google. Just like you Google for silly things, you Google for what are the values, what is a good student's habit. So those are the values. It says, okay, don't connect too much time in the internet. Texting. Only 100 per day, not 600. So you put a little note on your board and say, I'm not going to do this, I will try. So that's the habit. So what it is always, the habits are the very foundation of successful life habits. So I'm going to fit everything about my speech into habits. So you still have 2 more years you can develop good habits and get rid of the bad ones. So, I'm going to give a little small overview, I just have to read it. Students and teachers and board members, thank you for taking time to attend the seminar and ask me to make the presentation. It's such a great pleasure to see so many bright students taking college courses already at the high school level. Students, so you have already begun your journey in the right direction to get the college education, and congratulations. Pretty soon, you will be embarking on a journey to your college life with all your dreams, despair, and excitement and hopes. I can understand your fear of the unknown and anxieties. So I'm trying to give you an overall picture of the college life, what to expect, what resources are available, and how to manage your life without parental guidance. We will be looking at what personal attributes and character you need to be successful and happy at the college, and how to develop them over the next few years. That is before you go to college. Pretty soon you'll be leaving your home and the family, place, and people that you knew all your life to start a new life at your dream college. Here you are for the first time responsible for your life without any parental guidance. Basically, you are transitioning from childhood to adult. You're going to be redefining you at the college.
The new you, the new hairstyle, the external morphology
As well as internal values, the cool you or the nerdy you or whatever it is. All your life up to high school is a preparation for college. And your college life is a preparation for life itself. So that's so important. College holds the key to the doors of the success. Here at college, you have complete freedom. It's a newfound freedom. You're going to make your own decision, face the consequence of your decisions. So you make wrong decisions, you're in the wrong direction. You make the good decision, you're happy and successful. College is a turning point in life. Actions you take today have far-reaching impact on you. So we're going to look at how to deal with the freedom and responsibility and make the right choice by developing good habits. Life is all about developing good habits. Good habit builds strong moral and ethical character and personality, which leads to happiness and success. So please try to focus the next couple of years of your life in developing good habits and getting rid of the bad habits. You need a strong willpower to change the habit. As they say, where there is will, there is way. And Nietzsche, which is 19th century German scholar said, German philosopher said, will to power. So you have a will, you have the power. So you need to have a strong will to do whatever you want to do. Let's look at the scenario of a captain of a ship. The captain is responsible for everything and everyone in the ship, to navigate them safely to the destination till the journey is complete. Captain has to have a strong will, strong character, as so many lives are dependent on him and his decisions. His character comes from the years of training and developing strong habits and make the right choice in life. So, students, you too are the captains of your ship, that's your life, to navigate your life for a happier destination. I'm going to say it again. Students, you too are the captains of your ship, to navigate the life for a happier destination. Just like the captain, you too need to develop a strong resolve and a strong habit and character to complete your life journey. So this is a short speech. I can do it spontaneously, so bear with me. Now we're going to go through the slides.
Want to go back to the first one?
Works. to thank Miss Rania Ahmed. She is a Jackson High School student. She helped me to prepare this slide. I'm not very good computer savvy. So instead of just doing the wellness at college, I decided I would do this because as I started reading more, researching this wealth of information, I thought it would be benefited. How to navigate, listen, does this work? How to navigate college life, be happy and successful. So the important thing, as I said, the corner's foundation is break the bad habits and build the good habits. So let's see, what are the attributes of successful student? I think most of you know these things. You can look and mark yourself and see where you lack or what you want to improve yourself. Discipline, perseverance, organization, time management, tenacity, ambitious goals, long-term vision, self-control, self-determination, self-esteem. This is very important. Self-esteem is very important. What you think about yourself. Don't let others judge you or get despaired by what other people think about you. Respect others, humility to know that you don't know. That's important. Open mind, good strong habits, virtues. Moderation is a virtue. Everything in moderation. Let's say you are drinking 1 glass of wine is better than having every day 10 glasses of wine. Or reading, moderation is a virtue. Integrity and ethics, saying no when it's act. Just because everybody is doing, you should be doing. So this comes from discipline and self-control. Knowing that you do not know is knowledge. That is Socrates in 600 BC, a Greek philosopher, told that. I like it very much because once you realize that you do not know, then you seek for help. You shouldn't be shy to go and ask your professors or teacher, I don't know this, can you help me? That is the power. Knowing, first thing is to realize you don't know. So it's a beautiful thing. I always remember this, and I every step that you have to realize you don't know and seek for more knowledge, that is intellectual curiosity. So this is the same thing as I talked to you. It's talking about habits. What is habit? A habit is a repetitive action of small behavior. It takes 21 days to form a new habit. And habits build a good character, good habits build a good character, and a good character builds a strong personality, and that leads to happiness. Let's say you decided today that, oh my geez, I'm not working out at all, and you had some knowledge, workout or exercise is good for your health. So you decided every day morning you do 15, 20 minutes jogging. So you put a little note on your desk that I'm going to do this. And you set a time and you started jogging. And you kept going every day, and within 21 days or so, it becomes a habit. You couldn't live without jogging. So that builds you a good character and good habit. This is a good habit, so it builds a good character. So it makes you a strong person. I'm just taking one example. You can take any other example and see. Are you with me in this good habit formation? Yes? Okay. Next, please. So this is, look carefully, what it says, you leave old habits behind by starting out with the thought. I release the need for this in my life. I release the need for this in my life. So here there is a man in solitude and reflecting. Let's think that this guy may be an alcoholic person. And he's got self-realization. Yeah, I'm alcoholic. And he's reflecting on that. He's acknowledging that, okay, I have a problem. And then once that he acknowledges, then he says, I release the need for this in my life. So he's ready to get rid of the bad habit. This is how, if you realize you have a bad habit, first you realize and you reflect on it. That's why you need some reflective time in your life, calm time where you can think instead of being always busy, busy, busy. Best way to stop a bad habit is to never begin it. Okay, this is very important. You go to college, everybody's partying and they sleep at 2 o'clock at night. And you know a good student should sleep at the right time every day, get up at the right time, and your self-esteem, and you don't have to do what everybody's doing. You can be you. That is very important. The unshakable you inside is very important. So that's how you can prevent the temptation at college of not beginning the bad habit. People say, oh, just take a little drug, take a little marijuana, it's nice. You take it one day, but if you had said no first time, how are other people think that you're not cool? That is your internal strength. Okay, next. Winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. So you have to make winning a habit. How? Let's take an example of athlete. He's winning all these trophies and he gets excited and then he becomes its habit he works hard to win. Then there's a guy who doesn't make any effort, he loses. He gets used to that state of mind, losing. So you need to develop a mind of being a winner by your effort. Will to power. Again, Nietzsche comes here. Next. I'm spending a little bit more time here because the rest of it is you can read and just a list of things, what to do and what not. But this is a very foundation for you to be strong people. The secret to permanently breaking any bad habit is to love something greater than the habit. So let's say you realize you text 500 times a day. I guess, how many of you do that? Okay, let's do that later. 500 times a day. You realized it. And you said, oh my God, this is bad, I better not do it. So you have to get rid of that habit. And you said, okay, I'm going to go to gym and work out and sweat it out. And I will put that away, I will turn it up. And you think about, first thinking about it, registration. It is wrong, something wrong with me. That is important. Then if you replace with something, see this lady is climbing mountain, she's happy. And I don't know what bad habits she had, but she's doing it. So you too can do it. Thank you. Next. We can go to next. Okay. This is, we already talked about it. What is college? College, adult life. First freedom, first experience of freedom in your life, right? With the freedom you have responsibility, right? Because your mom is not going to tell you, get up at 8 o'clock. You're responsible to get up at 8 o'clock yourself. You can get up at 8 or go at 10 and don't go to college. And with responsibility, you have choices. Like we said, it's not the choice of which shoes is better, it's the choice of values and virtues. And you make good decisions. How do you know what is good or what is bad? That comes from a rational mind you use. Okay, God has given you a rational mind. So you use your rational mind, and then you Google and you ask your friend, oh, what is good class, this or that, you know? And then you have a strong determination. Yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to take difficult classes. Are you sleeping? Are you with me? Boring? Okay, all right. So, I'm just going step by step to build up this. So by using rational mind, you're making a good choice. And good choice, good decision, and then developing good habits. Habit is foundation of everything. Next. So this is a college topography. I made it myself. There are various institutions, various resources available just to serve you. You have paid enormous money to college. All these offices, all those secretaries, all those TAs, RAs, everybody is there to help you. So you shouldn't be shy to ask them. You shouldn't think that, oh my God, I am so stupid, I don't know. I told you, not knowing is knowledge. So you should, first few days of college, go everywhere, say hello, and get to know people. It's important. You need to navigate everywhere and then get acquainted with everything. So this is the center. Is this working? Okay, this is you and your dorm. RA is the most important first person for you. RA is what you call resident. Yeah, he's there, she is there, and he's like your mom and dad. You know, whatever problems you come, you go to him. And if you are anxious or depressed or whatever, then you don't know, you need extra help, you need tutoring, you tell people, because they're a few years seniors, and they're helpful and they will help you. And this is important, academics, because that's the reason you are there in college to study. Academic advisor, we'll be talking about it. This office is very important. Career center, this is very important, where you build your resume and jobs and everything. You can do study groups, you can get tutors. Let's say if you are not good in math, so you go there and get a tutor. And don't be shy about it. Writing centers, they will help and edit your papers. IT help, learning lab. And sports and, okay, bank and finance, that's important. If you want the religion, church is always at the heart of the college. And this is important, campus police, escorts, shuttle buses. Let's say you flew from, or you went to college from Canton late at night and you're afraid to go from airport or bus stand to, so you call them ahead and they will escort you. Or if you have to go from point A to point B at night time alone, don't go alone, so use that. And this is the health center. This is the clinic, crisis center, counseling if you're depressed, crisis center if there's any sexual assault or any emergency, health clinic. So this is your new life, new home. Okay. I'm going to address the next few slides these following areas: nutrition, academics, and finance, meditation, mental health, sexual assault, and all those things. So let's see the difference between college and high school. So probably you already know because you're already taking some college courses. High school is where you live at home, and here you're living with friends and in the dorm. So friends are your family. Books are provided to you, and here free, and here you have to buy it by giving enormous amount of money. High school tuition is free, and you have to pay tuition. You go to school every day at regular time, 8 to 4, but here you go to school with your first classes, depending upon if you make it 12 o'clock class, there's nothing, you can sleep all until 12 o'clock. It's up to you, freedom. You study at home, here you study at library. You have 8 to 4, 8 classes, I think, high school, right? 7 to 8 classes. In college, you only 3 classes. Up to you how much you schedule the courses. So you have a protected life here. Parents manage all aspects of your life here. Every aspect of your life is handled by you yourself, right? So next 2 years, you get prepare yourself. Ask mom how to do laundry, how to keep yourself clean. Next to help Christian. Okay. health and wellness. Let's look at this plate. This is not a perfect plate, but what you see, the half of the plate is vegetables and fruits, right? And only 1/4 is carbohydrate, that is the bread and pasta and cereal. And this 1/4, less than 1/4, 1/3 I would say, is protein. The beans are proteins, meat, fish, nuts are protein, egg is protein. And this is cheese and yogurt, dairy product. In the center, there is fat. I hope it is olive oil. Not all fats are created equal. There are good fats and there are bad fats. Mind you, your brain is made up of 90% of fat. So you do need fat, essential fatty acids. So you cannot say, I don't want to eat any fat. That's wrong. But you need in a small quantity. And one thing we're missing is all around this should be another circle of water. Circle of water. That means you have to drink 8 cups of water. Best thing is when you're a student, you can have a jug and keep it, and then make sure that you drink it. Otherwise, you get dehydrated, tired. So I'm getting tired. What else? And then look at this. Bread is not white. You see the color? It's brown. So you have to eat brown rice or brown bread or brown pasta, if it is available. Make an attempt, okay? I know this is good for theory part, what is ideal. This is good for me because I'm not working, I can take care of myself. But at the college, you're at the dorm, but at least try, make an attempt. And the nuts are good. Nuts are good source of good fat and good protein. Eggs are good. Milk and dairy products are good. And in the vegetables, you need to keep trying at the dorm variety of vegetables. Don't keep eating only one kind, because the more colorful the vegetables and fruits are, more antioxidants and micronutrients it provides. Micronutrients, like berries and broccoli, spinach, kale, lemon juice, ginger, all these things are very good for that. Again, I said, I'm sorry, if this is an ideal situation, you will never be in this ideal situation. If my daughters were sitting here, Mom, what are you talking to those kids? They would have told me. Next. So this is a food pyramid. It changes every few years. I think it's an outdated, sorry that I took outdated. In the bottom one, in the pyramid, it's the bottom one is the thing and the top one is the small one, right? Top one is the essential fat, that is good fat, avocado, olive oil, that's a good fat. And this should have been this one, reverse, okay? This one is vegetables and fruits, and even below that is water, right? All around it is water. So you take big part is fruit and vegetable. This is the bread. This is the dairy products and fish. This is the lean meat, not the red meat. So too much meat is not good. It causes many health issues. And this is the food pyramid. And can you see the exercise? Workout or exercise is an essential part of like water and air. And you say, oh, I don't have time, this and that. You just have to make time. It could be just walking to the school or jogging or playing frisbee with your friends. Next. Okay, this is a little bit more details. What it is, it's called as the BMI chart. Basal, BMI, right? Yeah, basal metabolics index, BMI. What it is let's say I'm 5'1" and you're 6 pounds. I'm 135. So if a 6 foot person is also 130, what happens to him? He's skinny, right? Right? If I'm 150, I'll be fat. If the 6-foot guy is 150, he's perfect, right? So how do we know, according to your height, what's your weight? Okay? This zone is the healthy weight, overweight, obesity, okay? This is extremely obese. This is underweight, undernourished, bulimia patient. You know bulimia, right? So let's take an example of 5-foot girl or boy, and he's 140, okay? His BMI is 135, okay? Or 140, he said. 27, right? So is he normal? No, it's healthy. Overweight, okay, yeah. 140, 5 pound, 140 is overweight, right? Because 28. Let's say 5 pound, 125, 5 pound, 125 is 24, right? Is that normal? Healthy? Yes? Healthy, right. So now go to 6-foot man. Yes, and go 180. Here it is. 6 foot 180 somewhere here. I think is borderline overweight. So, if you're a health nut, people put this in front of your refrigerator so you keep with it. So BMI is a number. It's not like, anything below 19 or 20 BMI is underweight. Anything 20 to 24 is normal. There is 20 to 24 is normal. Okay, so if you're here, it's okay, 25. But try to be here. I don't see, at young age, this is not an issue, but if you feel that you're overweight, try to act on it, proactively address it, because overweight can lead into other things like depression, self-conscious value, self-awareness, and all those things. So this is called BMI. Are you with me about BMI? Okay, next.
What is this?
Next one, please. Next one. Okay, this is just what is the maximum heart rate? Maximum heart rate is for a certain age, like if you're 20 years old, what is your maximum heart rate? If there's a formula, 220 minus age is your maximum heart rate. So 220 minus 20 is your maximum heart rate is 200. That means the heart's capacity that we can endure up to 200. So when you are on a treadmill, has anybody been on a treadmill? Yes? When you're on a treadmill, I think there are various settings there. Red zone, green zone. This is what it is. If you want to be in this zone, you put 80% of your maximum heart rate. Okay? If it's 200, you're 20-year-old, 220 minus 20 is 200. 80% of 200 is 160, right? If you're on a treadmill, you make your heart rate go 160 by going boom, 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 boom. Then is that. If you just want to go slowly, lazy, and that's a weight management zone, you can go 60 to 70%, okay? Just know about this. This is, students, for me, it's okay. I don't have any other work to do, so I can fool around with this kind of things. Okay. Next. So, let's go through there are a list of things you should never eat in your life. Again, I'm talking about ideal situation. I understand your students, but at least try to incorporate some. And there are list of food which are very healthy. So let's look at what's healthy. You probably know already: water, vegetables, fruits, nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds are very important. You can keep them as snacks. You don't have to buy expensive peanuts are less expensive. You just go and buy a big bag of peanuts and keep it like a snack instead of snacking on the junk food. Healthy fat, avocado nuts, healthy lean meat, fish, egg, and tofu, beans and lentils. Beans and lentils can be easily managed in the dorm. You just open a black bean can and put a little salsa, put a little salt and sugar, and then it's a meal, maybe, I don't know. Things that you're not supposed to are bad food in the long run. Maybe when you're young you can handle this. Or sugary soft drinks. Soft drinks, I think everybody's addicted to soft drinks, right? You cannot leave home without soft drink, you cannot study without soft drink, Coke, all kinds of, I don't know even the names. And then white carbs, so I told you, anything white, try to avoid it and replace it with, if you can find, instead of potato, the red potato, sweet potato. Sugar and sugar substitute. Sugar in an excessive quantity is bad. Like I guess many of you are addicted to coffee, and each cup of the coffee has 3-4 sugar spoons. So, and this, you think, oh, Splenda is good. No, they're very carcinogenic, they're bad. Processed food is bad. What is processed food? Cake, chips, anything which is not natural, anything in and junk food, alcohol, and dark. Next. Healthy eating habits, 8 cups of water, don't skip meat, skip meals, portion control, alcohol, avoid caffeinated products like Red Bull energy drinks because that has caffeine in it. If you take the energy drinks before college, before exam, you could get into insomnia, not able to feed and not able to sleep, and high heart rate, anxiety and all this. So if you are habituated to eating the energy, drinking energy drinks, be careful about it. No smoking, no drugs. Next. Dental care, this is just a common sense. Before you go to college, you have all your dental appointment, and if you want to get the wisdom teeth off, your doctor recommends do it because if you have dental ache at the time of exam, then you'll be suffering. And mouthwash, oral hygiene is important because the bacteria from the mouth can cause many diseases like heart failure and condition. It's not just a bad breath. So it not only helps you to have good breath, it prevents a lot of diseases. Next. Boost immune system. This is very important because you are living in a group and you are prone to have many infections when you are college students, influenza and all that. So you need your immune system in a strong set. And stress causes the immune system to go down. Yeah, college kids are stressed out, your immune system is down. So exercise is one thing, it boosts the immune system. Taking vitamin D3, so talk to your doctors. And when you go to cold area colleges and there's no sunshine, so always take vitamin D3. Zinc is good, vitamin C is good. Talk to your doctor. So keep your immune system in good shape. So exercise, I told you all the benefits of exercise. It prevents anxiety, it prevents depression, it keeps your the mind in a focus, it develops a discipline. So now exercise brings many benefits, and in the long run, your Alzheimer's, heart disease, these are our problem, but your problems are different, but in the longevity, it's a good thing. So these are, if you are fit, if you have Fitbit, 10,000 steps, which is 5 miles, bike and walk or bike to school, interactive sports, go to gym. Okay. When you're doing exercise, these are the 4 cardinal features of exercise. First thing is you have to stretch before exercise. Then the cardio is treadmill. It keeps your heart in good shape. You do treadmill or jogging. And strength exercise is weight-bearing exercise and machines. That is where all those men are doing all this lifting the machine. And then flexibility. You need flexibility for sports and common life activities, so you don't injure your back. So yoga and Pilates is a good activity. So you stretch, you do 20 minutes of cardio or jogging, and then you do weight strength training and flexibility. Again, this is an ideal situation, just it's a knowledge. Someday you will apply this. Common illness and how to avoid. You will have many illnesses in the dorm because you're living together, and it spreads everywhere very fast. Influenza, URI, infectious mononucleosis, you know that it's called as kissing disease. Your glands are increased in the neck, the big glands, and then sore throat. And if you know mono is going on, be aware of that. Meningococcal meningitis is rare, but if it's very fatal. So be aware if there is a meningitis, take all the precautions, and you get immunized for this one. Pink eye, that is the red eye, gastroenteritis, urinary tract infection. This is sexually transmitted disease. It's called as HPV, human papillomavirus. You get vaccinated for this before you go to college, whether you are going to be sexually active or not, because it protects. This HPV can cause cervical cancer and other cancers. So be aware of this. We'll be addressing this in next slides. Next. Sleep is very important. Like water is important, exercise is important, sleep is vital. College kids get less sleep because you guys want to have more fun and more partying. So 8 to 9 hours of sleep, and these are all simple, practical things how to sleep better. This is again a good habit, develop a good habit. Talk to your roommate, set the sleeping time so you both of you sleep at the same time, get up at the same time. Make the room dark, and okay, the important thing is disconnected from electronics a couple hours before. Don't be texting, watching video, your mind is disturbed. Take a deep breath a few times, that will, or if you learn meditation, you fall asleep really fast. Next. This is the Tanzania safari that we were in. We were just 10 yards away from us, and then we were in an open jeep. That's safe. Next. Women's health. You need, what's the number of slides? Maybe you can.
I don't see the number of slides.
Yeah, let's finish a couple of these and then we take a break. Women's health, for the girls, this is important. You need to get the mammogram. And then the blood test and pap smear, that is they take the survey. I don't know what age they will do it, but that's recommended. And I want to remind you, the birth control pills keep you protected from pregnancy, but not from STD. These are all sensitive issues. I took the permission of Mr. Brunner. He said we need to address these issues, so that's why I don't feel comfortable in talking to little kids. But this is real life. STD risk and protection, you need to be aware of that. And bulimia and overweight. Bulimia, I think you know. Who was a famous person? Carpenter, the singer, Carpenter song. Carpenter died of bulimia. And Lady D, Diana, she had bulimia. So if your friend has bulimia, you see being skinny and going after eating, going and vomiting, so be aware of that. And help them. Okay, how to handle being sick and avoid being sick. So this is all again practical things. Wash your hands, and if your friend is sick, don't come in contact. Don't share your towels. And take enough rest. Don't go to school. This is one time I could say don't go to school. Sleep well. Beware of all the outbreaks in the school. Keep medicine, go to doctor, and keep the immunization update. Next. So sexual health is the same thing, get STD test. Condom use, okay. The condom use protects and prevents the risk of contracting STD. So there's a difference between condom use and the pills. Then you have to get vaccinated for HPV before you go to college. Next. These are the vaccination. Each college has their own requirement. And then you start it very early in summer because your doctors will get busy and they have hundreds of things to do. And they know what vaccination there is. Most of it is meningococcal vaccination, HPV vaccination, flu shots, and those things. Next. After this, we're going to take a break. Meditation. You will be saying, what is this crazy lady asking us to do meditation? We're not old people. We're not, why should we be doing it? We're young and restless. We don't have time. But if I tell you your IQ increases, you can study much better, and you look much prettier, younger, and you don't care if your friend is judgmental about you, you're always happy, you're never sad, you don't have depression, no anxiety. Some of you say that. You want to do it? So these are the benefits. You don't need to go to gym. You don't need any equipment to meditation. It's your mindset. So I have this thing too, but we can do technology. We can do that. But if you're interested, we can do that later on. But you Google it. Anything, you should never say, I don't know. There's nothing like I don't know. You just Google it, right? Your God is Google. And go to YouTube, Google it, and it shows how to do meditation. Just do 5 minutes, 1 minute. And if you're stressed out, take a deep breath. So let's finish this section with a deep breath. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. So that's about it. Next one, let me see. Yeah, these are the monks in Burma, Buddhist monks. Okay? Yeah, so we'll stop. We'll stop, take a break, and then read through. 5 minutes, please.
Or some things that I'm wrong, I need you. It's okay, that's fine. I've been here. Everything's so far okay. So far, yeah. I'm happy that you are adopted. Well, you run into these like how it's I
He put me in his calendar. He did. He set an alarm and everything.
I think these guys are
Love you guys and everything.
the best of
Believe me too.
I'm going to give the books. If you know it,
Hello. Are we coming back? Is that a good break? Is that okay? We need to. Hello, hello.
This was Ryan's seat, right? This was Ryan's seat, right?
This is important issue, academic, so I cannot be skipping it. Okay, you're all situated, you're sleeping. So next few slides are going to address the sensitive issue again. And being a physician, I feel comfortable to an extent. I never talked all this with my kids, that is 30, 20 years ago. But times are changing, so you need to know. So let's look at the sexual assault, and after that we have the academics, how to, and then finance, etc. Not too many slides. So I didn't realize the sexual assault, 1 in 4 girls are victims of this devastating incidents in college. So be aware of it, don't be naive. There is the red zone. I had no idea what the red zone is. After doing this research for this, I realized red zone is first 6 weeks of the college is the highest incidence of sexual assault. So be careful. Thank you. Next. How do you avoid sexual assault? What are the precautions a girl should take, and what is the responsibility of a boy? So 1 in 4 girl is victim of sexual assault. Be aware and be mindful of the fact. Go to the parties in group. Don't take any drinks from anybody else. And don't leave the drink any place. If you go to the bathroom, take it with you, because that they say that the people put, the boys put the whatever medicine, so that makes you a little bit more, lose your mind. So set your limits on drinking. And you find yourself in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, something is happening, you talk to your best friend and say, let's leave. Leave fast and early. And call phone number, keep the emergency phone numbers ready. And don't trust any boys first few weeks of college, no matter how handsome he is, how charming he is, how much he says how pretty you are. So, and the boys needs to respect the girls and learn their boundaries. And during your earlier part of the friendship, you have to define your boundaries and say no means no. That is, the girls have to be clear and the boys have to understand. And sex with someone under alcohol and drugs who is passed out is guilty. The person is guilty of rape. And this, you can be expelled from the school, and this can go on your permanent record. So it's important that you keep the boys, keep your record clean and safe. Next. How to deal after a sexual assault. So can you imagine a young girl, innocent, has gone with a lot of hopes to the college and she becomes a victim. And how humiliated she is, how she is ashamed, she cannot talk to anybody, afraid of parents knowing this. It's unimaginable catastrophe in a young girl's life. So if you're her best friend, you have certain duties. You have to report to certain, the police and crisis hotline, accompany with her letter and get the medical help, and if she has to move from that dorm, she has to do that. Okay. If the person is in that dorm, it's better to move. And sometimes girls move from the college and go to a different college because they cannot face the people. It takes many months to recover. They may go under depression, and some people may have committed suicide also. So be very careful about this. And don't blame the victim, and be very supportive and understanding. And it's best to have open dialogue with your parents. Your parents will be very helpful. Next. Again, these are the list of sexually transmitted diseases that you need to know a little bit. The most HIV is AIDS, is no more. HPV is human papillomavirus. That is, you get warts, you know warts, like a bumpy things on your external genitalia. This could cause cancer in the girls and also cancer in the boys. There is a vaccination which is given at 12 to 15 before you go to college. And on this side you have herpes simplex. On your mouth is the corso, that's different. You get the herpes simplex in your external genital vagina and other areas, and this is a lifelong issue. Although there are some medications, it will not disappear. Let's say you contracted it and think that you got married and then you give it to your spouse and you ruin your whole life. So chlamydia and bacterial vaginosis, these are all many of the STD, sexual transmitted diseases. How to protect? Abstinence is the best value. So that's where your habits, your character, saying no, self-esteem, monogamy, frequent STD blood testing, and condoms. So hope you develop strong personality and you never get into this situation. Next. So let's go to mental health, Hakuna Matata, being happy. Being happiness, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, that reminds me of Declaration of Independence of America. It's everybody's God-given right to be happy. And And with the freedom, there's a responsibility. With the responsibility, if you develop good habits, you will be happy. That's what it is. Next, so you make the right choice, you'll be happy. EQ, how to be happy in life, that is emotional. IQ is intelligence, and EQ is emotional well-being or emotional intelligence. Social well-being, so it is be bold, be yourself, try to have take time to make good friends of your interests, for those who have similar interests. Don't jump and make wrong friendship and get into completely wrong track, which is not you. So you're trying to impress other people, you're trying to be not yourself. And be confident, comfortable, have good self-confidence, self-esteem. Most important thing is unplug from the media, from the tech detox, that's called as tech detox. If you walk around with your music all the time and you're going to college, how can you make any friends, right? How can you know there are flowers or anything? So you unplug and you say hi. That's all you have to have. A good smile and say, hi, I'm from Ohio, where are you from? And she will become your best friend. And don't spend your time on Facebook, FaceTime, make real friends. Real friends are more important than your virtual friends. I don't know how much I can emphasize the importance of detoxing. Next. This is continuation of EQ again. Stay away from social media. If you're hooked up to it, try one day a day and then slowly wean off. This is again coming back to good habit, bad habit. Go to watch sports and participate in the sports, exercise, dance, music, connecting with the family, call your family, tell them everything openly. Your mom is your best friend. Go to campus events and beware of Greek life. Sororities and fraternities. To me, I may be wrong, these are dangerous. This is where you get into trouble. So if you have complete self-confidence, complete self-control, you can get exposed to these things. Next. Mental health. This is the most common issue in the campuses. Anxiety, depression. You can't handle all the school work, you become anxious, then you fail a couple times, you're depressed, you're ashamed, so one leads to the other. So how can you keep your mental health in a good shape? Be happy and try to avoid depression, but how? Don't try to please everyone, be yourself. Try hard not to fit in, be yourself. Know the early signs of depression and anxiety and seek help. Seeking help is important. Everybody is there within walking distance. Go to the clinic and don't be ashamed. Because if you have fever, you're not ashamed. If you're depressed, it's a medical illness, legitimate medical illness. So you should be ashamed to say, I'm depressed. You're depressed, you're depressed. Take time to make friends, keep in touch with family, and expect failure as temporary, and they are the stepping stone for success. One B or C, it should not drag down your energy. You should go on and set the goals again and go. Avoid all these things: alcohol, tech, drug addiction. Set goals that you can achieve. Don't overwhelm yourself. Next. Mental health, stress is 80% of the kids have stress. Anxiety 41, depression 34, suicide is I think 1 in 100,000 or something. That's not high. Eating disorders, addiction. These are the issues. Next. How to handle stress, I guess you probably know. Plan and organize every aspect of your life and create a routine. So you should have lots of planners, big planning on the board and a handbook. cell phone, everywhere, everything, monthly plan, weekly plan, yearly plan, life plan, everything should be a blueprint there. Like, learn time management, be proactive and do not procrastinate. If you have a term paper in 4 weeks, be done a week before that, okay? Start out with the knowledge that you don't know and you do well. Start early and finish before deadline. Cut back your workload if you feel like you have taken too many courses. Keep expectation within reach. Get help, okay? If you're stuck in maths, it's too difficult, calculus, you're going nowhere, go to your academic advisor, get a tutor, go to study group. Okay, study group is where few students, like-minded people sit down in a room and they decide to study. They come prepared and they help each other. Take up a hobby, these are all the common things. Okay, so next, tech addiction. Next. So, as I was studying for your presentation, I came across this internet addiction disease, IAD. This is, I didn't know, this is a legitimate disease. Like a flu, it's a disease. And these are the symptoms, these are the signs. So that means you're using so much technology, you are into that cyberspace so much, you're not into the real world. So these depression, anxiety, insomnia, and euphoria, when you're in the Facebook, you feel you're so happy of looking at someone else's happiness, agitation, and your routine is messed up, you become very defensive. If someone says you're texting too much, you get so angry. This is how the alcoholics do. These are all the symptoms of alcoholics. I'm amazed to see the symptoms. So the signs are backache, headache, poor hygiene, poor nutrition, weight loss, dry eye, and carpal tunnel syndrome. This part that is becomes, it hurts. Next. Treatment for this IAD is it is a book, WWW epidemic, worldwide epidemic. Recognize symptoms early and get the help. Behavioral modification, people are there to help. There are centers only to treat this disease. Behavioral therapy and individual, group, and family therapy. Next. Okay, this is the most important classroom study, academics, course selection. This is why this is most important. I should have put them first. Next. So course selection. Okay, in college you are given a thick book like a Bible, which about 1,000 courses. Out of those 1,000 courses, you have to make a decision. What courses are you going to take? So you make that decision quite early because let's say you want to take some history of medieval art or something. You like that professor, you really want to do it. By the time you go and register, it's already taken. So the popular classes go very, very fast. So go early, and if you're confused what to take, go to your academic advisor. Each one of you are given an academic advisor. There is an office. You go and ask him that, okay, I want to go to medical school. What should I do? And I'm not strong in maths or organic chemistry or something. He would say this. So there are 3 things. Required courses that everybody, no matter what you do, you have to take those things. Math, science, and humanities. Okay, this is just to make you overall good person. And you take them, okay? You have to take, everybody has to take them. Then take what you need to major in. You may not know right away what you're majoring in, but just take some whatever interests you. And then take, in the next slide, I think it's maintain balance and schedule. You don't take early 8 o'clock classes because you will never get up and go, or you may be sleeping. This is This is the college. You're not a high school student. Now you're so smart, you'll sleep. So, and do not overload classes in the first semester because that's when you're trying to adjust yourself, making friends. So take a little bit less load and then next semester you can. So academic advisor is the most important role that he plays in this aspect. Next. Again, continuing with the course selection, you take the prerequisite course for the special field. Let's say you want to be pre-med. I'm telling you because I know that. That's the only thing I know. You want to be pre-med, so you have to take certain things like organic chemistry, biology, anatomy. So start taking them. And you decided you want to major in English, you start taking them. So there are three things: prerequisite, required courses, and courses for major. Okay? So you need to build up your strength. And some people do double major. It's your choice. Register early. See if there's any overlapping. You took classes without knowing 2 classes are at the same time. That's why you need to have, this is a big decision-making thing. And then you have a choice of dropping off the classes in the first week of school. So you can drop off and take a different one, okay? Next. This is associate degree is 2 years, 60 credit hours. Bachelor degree is 4 years, 120 credit hours, okay? Like you can be a nurse by associate degree or you can be a nurse by bachelor degree. So, next. How many credit hours to graduate? You require 15 credit hours per semester, multiplied by 2 semesters is 30 hours per year, right? There are 4 years in a college, so 30 hours per year, 4 years is 120 hours, credit hours, for 4 years to graduate. 1 semester is 15 weeks. There are 2 semesters in the college year. And study time is 1 credit hours. You take 1 hour college class and 2 hours study. You study in your dorm 2 hours. Roughly, that's what it comes to. So you need 3 hours per week. You need 3 hours per week. If you take 3 credit hours, 1 course, that means you study 9 hours per week, okay? 1 course has 3 days a week class, usually. If you take any class, English, literature, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that. So are you familiar with this? Okay. If you know it, then I will skip it. Major requires 36 credit, minor requires 15 credit hours, okay? If you whatever. Next. Whether you want to be full-time or part-time, full-time is 12 hours or more credit hours per semester. You need to take minimum 12 hours, okay? Some people take 18, 15 is just, I think it's good. Full-time in summer is minimum is 6 credit hours. Part-time student, less than 12 hours per semester, okay? Part-time in summer is less than 6 hours. So are you with me? Next. This is Antarctica, iceberg melting and the air, wind blowing and scalding the ice. So that's Antarctica. Next. Are you familiar with GPA? I don't have to go through this. Yes? So A, B, C, D, then GPA divided by grades divided by credit hours is your GPA. I put here the total credit hours, which is 12. And then I put A, C, D, that's what you got, 12, 12, 6, 9, 39. 39 divided by 12 is 3.5 GPA. Okay. Okay, how to get best out of classroom experience? The best thing is to study before class, attend the class, and try to sit in the front row in the class so the professor knows you, and you absorb better if you're in front row. You don't sleep. participate in class. And after class, if you have questions, meet and keep contact with the professor, establish good relationship at least with the two professors, because those are the people who will be giving you recommendation letters. Okay, good notes is good grades. Rewrite, edit your notes the same day. So study before, go to school, edit the notes. This is no big breaker, but you have to do it. Okay, next. How to study effectively, establish a study calendar, and then know overall picture of what to study. Turn off cell phones, social media, and all distraction. Study either library, quiet, make your place, either a library or a coffee shop. It's your own corner. Everybody knows where to find you. Form a study group. And TA is a teacher's assistant and tutor. There are tutors who can tutor you if you have a difficulty in a certain subject. TA is a graduate student who is helping the professor. He can also help you. So always seek their help. Okay, so don't think you're dumb. It's important. Sleep and eat well. Next. How to study effectively, flashcards, turn off the music, ask for help, 10 minutes break every hour, take day off, stay focused, 10 minutes meditation. Okay, so that's self-explanatory. Next. Resume and recommendation letter, this is very important. Visit your career center, this is very important. And keep your resume updated. Establish a personal contact with the professor and ask the recommendation letter soon after a class is over. You have taken a course, you finished, because he remembers you as a smart person, he remembers who you are. Then if you go after 4 years, he doesn't know. So get the recommendation letter and put it in your resume. Keep track of your accomplishments, increase your experience, and every time you do something, add it to your resume. So it's important to build your resume and get 2 good recommendation letters. That means you need to have a good contact and you have made a good impression with 2 good professors. And, next. Next. Job for extra money. So on campus, off campus, this is the place you go. Career Center is where you get the jobs or your opportunities are put. So these are the on campus and these are the off campus. Internship is important. If you get an internship, summer internship, you will be absorbed in the same corporation that you work for. And the good jobs on campus go very fast. So good jobs are where you don't have to work hard, you just study and then just do there's a little bit of work. Cafeteria work is hard. So go early, again, go early. Next. Safety, this is simple. It's a personal safety, your personal safety, your things, and your cyber identity. Your cyber identity, you and your things, your belongings. Your belongings, simple thing, lock your room, don't think it's so safe and be careless. And personal safety, walk with friends, keep a maze, be mindful of the rape incidents, keep cell phone, police contact, everything. Protect your personal info. This is very important. Cyber security is the most important thing nowadays. Your social security, your birthday, don't put all those things in your Facebook. Go home today and make sure you revise your settings there. And there's a crisis center hotline, be aware of it. Campus escort, police shuttle, I told you if you're coming late at night, make use of these. These facilities are available. No drunk driving, online safety, ID card. You have an ID card at the college, it also acts as a debit card. So if you lose it, make sure you deactivate it. Otherwise somebody else will be using it and you have to pay for that anyway. Perfect. Your drinks, sexual assault again. Okay, next. Financial tips. So you need your first time in your life, you're financially responsible for yourself. You have to have a credit card. Find a bank, credit card, and debit card, and check your credit scores. Your credit score is to see how responsible you are, fiscal responsibility. That means, do you give your bills on time or not? Okay. If you don't pay your bill on time, you lose your credit score, and you will not be able to borrow money to buy your car, your new home, etc. So the credit score is like your GPA at college. It's your fiscal responsibility progress. Spending time, take less loans, get job. Okay, next. So this is important. Don't break the law or do illegal activities. There's long-term consequences to this. There's a permanent record on your thing. Wherever you go to job, you will be. So these are the activities: drunken driving. You can kill people. Fake ID. Underage drinking. 21 year under, but everybody does it. Drugs and alcohol in the school premises. It's illegal. Hazing is against the law. What is hazing? That is what I explained there. Plagiarism and copyright infringement. This is very important. I want you to Google and learn more about it, because you may be very naive and you just don't think it's a big thing. You pen paper, you copy paste some essay from internet. But the school computers and the professors are smart. They can find in 10 minutes this is what you have done. So read more about it and know how to avoid the situation. You can be expelled from the school and put an affirmative record on which can affect your own life. Next. So last two slides, I'll be finishing soon, so bear with me. Social media responsibilities. So on social media, you have to project an image because the whole world is watching you. What image you project is important. Your job people are looking at it, and your next, not employer, the next college, the graduate college are looking at it, and they're making judgment based on what you put there. So there are bad things, take it out and try to put the good images there. Protect your identity. Present a positive and respectful, dignified image. This is very important. On Facebook, a dignified, respectful image. Cyberbullying, you can be expelled from the school. Don't get addicted to social media. It causes isolation, depression. Connect with the real friend, disconnect with Facebook. What you put in Facebook or web is permanent. You think you can delete it, you cannot delete it. And don't do any violent statement and activities or saying bad remarks on the professors. Next. This is the final conclusion. Again, we're coming back to the habit, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. That is the Declaration of Independence. That is Declaration of Independence in college. And you could be happy if you act with responsibility and deal with your freedom appropriately with responsibility. Develop good habits and get rid of the bad habits. So it's passport to happiness and success is yours. And other important thing is, this is bothering me too much. I have to reiterate many, many times. Disconnect with media and music. Be connected with yourself. Yourself. You got. I showed you the person who was reflective and walking. You need to reflect on yourself. Be connected with yourself in real surroundings, like your real friends, real nature, flowers, garden, everything. So, next. And thank you.
upset. I could, because the last part, it was very important, academic, so.
Okay, how about, we got a little bit of time, how about some Q&A?
I just wanted to say a couple things.
Go ahead.
Hello. So I am in 16th grade, so I'm kind of like a professional student, aka I'm like working on my master's. So everything that Dr. Becker said was extremely important, but I just want to reiterate a couple of things. So she said know your resources. That is huge, and it's crucial to your success. Talk to your academic advisor. I didn't talk to mine my first year there. I took very extra classes that I didn't need. It was a waste of my time. It was a waste of my money. Learned a lot. Classes were awesome. But if you want to get in and get out, save time and money, know who your academic advisor is. But know the resources. So student development is huge. She mentioned know your RA, resident assistant. If you're living on campus, just have someone that you can talk to. So know your resources is huge. She also mentioned the Career Center. The Career Center at Malone, we help students find a job and internships. So not only having the camp here, finding jobs and internships, having a completely different group that can help you find additional jobs and internships is huge. They help with tutoring. On a lot of campuses, tutoring is free. So have a tutor. And then seek out a mentor. So I had a mentor, both a student mentor, she was an upperclassman, and I had a faculty mentor, Ms. Brenda Stevens, love her pieces. And both of these mentors helped me grow not only like personally but professionally. So I learned a lot of skills from both of them, and then everyone I had here in camp. But have a mentor, because they're going to help you navigate the college life and like life after you graduate. So that's huge. And then talk to some of your professors. A lot of the time, professors are professionals outside of teaching. They do have jobs, or they have that real world experience. They know what they're talking about. So do talk to them, because they can give you additional job opportunities. So I was working at Glenmore, and then there was a member there, his name was, as a professor and everything, Frank Alexander. He's a mentor, or he was someone at Glenmore. Then I ended up having him in class, and I'm like, okay, great. So I know him two different ways. But he's helped me, he's told me to talk to two different people to find jobs. So if I wouldn't have that personal connection, even outside of Glenmore, I wouldn't begin to know. So talk to your professors. Eat well is huge. She mentioned, she gave you specific things to eat and what things to not eat. It was very important. She also mentioned, taking vitamins. Taking vitamins is huge. Vitamin D is so huge. I have one of my best friends, her vitamin D levels were extremely low. She didn't know. Ended up, going through really bad depression and, tried to commit suicide, in which they took her blood levels and simply because her vitamin D levels were low. She did get better. She's good now. So make sure you are taking your vitamins.
You go to cold places, there's no sunshine. UV is important.
Go
4,000
outside.
units per day, you get exams club that day.
Yeah. So take your vitamins.
Less expensive, not expensive.
Do eat well. And then do some research on different brain foods, because literally what you take in is how your body, it's going to affect your body. Psychological health. Every school or institution, university, whatever, they have some type of counseling on campus for students. Do take advantage of that. You're paying for it regardless, so you get the bang for your buck. Malone, we're a small school, but we have 4 counselors full-time on staff. Please use counseling resources there. Not even counseling doesn't mean, it's a negative association sometimes with counseling, but even if nothing is wrong, you just need someone to talk to them. Even if it's not you're a certified counselor, but just a family member. Timers and planners, I literally live out of my phone. If it's not on my calendar, I'm not going. So make sure you know how to plan. It sounds ridiculous. I remember we had a discussion up here, and Matt Kimmel had said sometimes we forget to eat because we're so busy. It's very true, you do forget to eat. So I literally have timers on my phone. Eat, drink water, all of that. And I graduated a long time ago, but those habits still do carry with you. So like Dr. Becker said, if you can prevent a bad habit, start now. But do have timers and things like that. Plan when you eat and when you sleep. Plan when you're going to have fun with your friends, but definitely plan studying time. Distractions and electronics. So when I was in high school, I don't know, this is just my mom, but everything I did wrong was because you're on that phone. But it's literally the truth. So now, I I make sure like Sundays are usually my do not disturb days where I turn my phone off or put it on do not disturb, and I just have that time for myself. You guys, I'm a part of that generation too. It's iGeneration or Gen Z. Recent study came out that we are all on our phones so much, but it's actually the more screen time, the higher likely chance you're going to be depressed, which then will affect everything in your life, including your studies. So do take a break from your phone. Do a do not disturb, like just at least for a day. That's huge. And phones also can be distractions for studying. And one last thing Dr. Becker had mentioned was sexual assault. Sexual assault is huge. Men are also sexually assaulted, though. I want to make that clear. And those are actually less reported than women, just because there's negative stigma against that. Do talk to someone. Do have some kind of plan before you go out and have fun. There are a ton of apps. So Malone, we have this app. We got like in Kent State, they developed it. I know Akron has it. It's like security apps. So say you're walking from here to another part of campus, I guess we'll say from here to that building over there. It takes you 3 minutes to get there. You can put like it's going to take you 3 minutes to get there. If you're not there within 3 minutes, they have precautions where we'll notify people. And this should work on and off campus, and this is going to be for every institution. So do have like whatever safety app that campus has. If they don't have an app, always have campus security number in your phone. 9 times out of 10, they even help with like minor car issues. So have that in your phone. And then I also want you to have, if you don't want to talk to someone, if you are ever unfortunately sexually assaulted, and it is going to be hard to talk to someone on campus, have like this number on your phone. I'm going to give it to you, and I want all of you to put it on your phones. It's an anonymous sexual assault hotline, so it's 1-800. I guess I'll wait for you guys to take out your phones. But it's completely anonymous. I would also have like the suicide prevention hotline in there and anything like that. But it's 1-800-656-4673. Again, it's completely anonymous. They'll help you walk through, even if it's a friend that you know was sexually assaulted. Just have this number in your phone. That's pretty much all I have to say. Pace yourself. In early college, you graduate with numerous degrees. You always feel like you have to stay with that. You do not. I was literally making myself physically sick trying to get my bachelor's degree in 2 years because I already had my associates. Do not do that. Because it's just not good. One last thing, Jade and I were talking about this, books. I think it goes along hand with Dr. Becker's financial piece. Before you buy books from, who's going to college like right now? Just Jacob. Okay. I know you didn't buy your books yet. You are too. Did you guys buy your books? Okay. If you'd like to talk to me after, then please do. But I'll just say it. Before you buy your books from the campus store, make sure you look on Amazon. Make sure you look on Chegg. But before you even look on those places, go to. Are you guys familiar with Ohio Link? Okay. So it's sort of like the EBSCO. It's researching whatever we have that you all should use for papers. Ohio Link is one of them. You just go in there, you put the book in there, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be in there. I can't tell you how many times that I've spent hundreds of dollars on books, and then my friend's like, I got these for free because they were already in the library. Or Tiffin had this book, and Malone just ordered it for me and sent it, and you just literally swipe your super idiot. But if you like to learn how to save money before buying books, please come talk to me. That's my story. I just wanted to add a few things like that. But thank you so much.
That's great. So, Justine, what year did you graduate?
2014.
2014. So, Justine's graduated of Earl Clouds High School, 2014. She has a bachelor's degree from Malone, and she's going for a master's in industrial psychology at Malone while she's working in admissions, which gives her a huge break on tuition, and she's earning some money. And Justine graduated with an undergrad in psychology, and that's not, if you look up careers, that's not one that's in the top, would you say 20, 30, 40, top 50 jobs in demand, Justine?
Not unless you get your master's.
Right, not unless you get your master's. But she shadowed at Timken. Mrs. Myers got her a shadowing opportunity in human resources and she loved it. And that, I think, helped her lead towards the degree in industrial psychology. So she is also the first graduate of Early College High School and a member of the operating committee. So we're very proud of her. And we have a whole bunch of other alumni here that are headed in that direction, we hope. And not that they're not headed in that direction from a school standpoint or job standpoint or anything, but hoping that they're going to come back on board and join the operating committee and help, because right after you, Mr. Bruner's got 4 other grades, right, Mr. Bruner? What, 2 other grades, and every year there's a new grade. So those are your fellow students, even if they come after you, okay? So Justine is a shining example of camp from the beginning process all the way to where it is today. I think we're 6 years old or 7 years old, so just keep that in mind. So, I want to get back to any questions for Dr. Becker. That was, I know it was a lot of information, but talking about wellness, when she started to do the research, there was no good point to stop. It just kept going and going and going and going. It's all part of wellness. It's all part of your wellness and well-being. And so, do you have any questions? Our hopes is that you would take this information, absorb it. You can come back here at any time, Dr. Becker. We have our operating committee meetings every other month, so every other month the operating committee will be here. So if you wanted to see Dr. Becker or anybody else, a good time to catch them is right at the end of the session. But anybody have any questions right now?
I just wanted to make a comment on how thorough I thought the information was from start to finish, and that chart at the beginning that you composed with the college resources. I had not seen that before, over the years, and I thought that was an excellent, chart for everybody to be able to look at to, if there's any question about where to go or
We created that chart because I needed a mental strategy, having not experienced anything, so. Thank you. So if you can write 2 habits that you want to start good habits, and 2 habits that you want to get rid of, and for you, that's for yourself. And then spend a few minutes of your life meditating on it, reflecting on it. What is that bad habit? Again, I go back to how many times am I texting? How should I do it? And put a rules how you're going to do it. Okay? And then maybe one of the leadership could do the values and virtues of a good student, and you can make a bulletin board or something, so you are looking at it every day, So more than to-do list, it's your character, your personality that you need to build, the core value. That's unshakable, nobody can take that. As much as education is something no one can take away from you, your car, your assets, your wife, spouse, everything goes away, but your education remains you, and you remain within yourself. The you is what you define yourself, your strength, your personality. That is very important. Everything is brick and mortars, and you need to build a strong foundation. That's when we can make the freedom effective.
Okay, everybody good? Thank you so much, Dr. Becker. How about a big round of applause? Mr. Tringa's got 3 minutes, tell me.
Thank you very much. As always, I want to thank Mr. Bruner and the operating committee for coming in a little early, helping us get all set up. And a special shout out to Sarah and Sage and James for coming very early at 12:30 to help me pull some of this stuff up. I was falling behind, so thanks guys, appreciate it. Also wanted to let you know that the Student Center, second floor over here in the TLC, it will be open starting Tuesday. And I think I had some visitors on Friday, but I wasn't here, so anyways, I will try to be here Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So bear with me, there might be a Tuesday or Wednesday I'm not here because I do have 4 other districts that I'm going around to, Marlington and Sandy Valley, Fairless and Jackson, but I'm going to try to be here Tuesday and Wednesday. So keep that in your mind as our Student Center days. And if you needed other days, the folks over there in the TLC, they actually will open it up for you and let you use it if you need it. So I'll work with you. Raise your hand here if you went to Akron or Cleveland State this past week. Wow. All right, good. Good deal. Good visits. Good visit. All right, thumbs up. All right. We're going to go to where we're going. Kent State on Tuesday and Youngstown State on Wednesday this week. And I know Chelsea, I don't know if Chelsea's still here, but oh, there she is. Chelsea, I don't know if you're going to be able to greet us on Tuesday, but she's shaking her head yes, so that's great.
Good time.
And I think Malea's going to maybe meet us at Youngstown. I think. We'll see what her schedule's like. So we're excited about those college visits. We're going to have 4 of them done at the end of next week, and then we'll have 4 more that'll happen on Fridays throughout September and first one in October. Okay? And then the last thing is those career matrix and contact information. I know some of you remember some of the Google forms I would send out asking you for your contact information, what your top 3 career interests. I've had a few of you say that you missed getting emails from me, so I promise that I will get something out so that you can fill out another Google form because I know you love those. So I will get that going here within the next week or so. Okay? All right, that's all I had.
You have no idea how much work Mr. Trenga has put into these college visits, and really, we've been thinking about this for a couple of years, right, Ken? And we've dabbled in it, but Mr. Trenga was able to take in the last 12 months and really pull this thing together, so you're pretty fortunate. I mean, in Stark County, there are no other scheduled college visits like this. I mean, I know that McKinley does some spotty college visits, but there's nothing like this with 8 scheduled. You having the ability to have a principal who allows you to do this. You could be sitting in a hot classroom in August and doing whatever work he wants you to do. So really take advantage of these visits, and it's just as important to know where you want to go, where you don't want to go, as it is to know where you want to go. And if you're really smart, you'll spend 15, 20 minutes and do the research before you go to a college, and just like you would looking up a job. If you were going on a job interview. Even for my apprenticeships, I talk to the students, we get on the computer, and even if it's a guaranteed slam dunk, pretty much interview, I make the students do the work and find out what is Glenmore about, how many restaurants do they have, what's their hotel like, what's their spa services like, just learn everything you can. You just never know the information that's going to get you the job. Well, in this particular case, you're going to school for anywhere from 2 to 4 years. You want to look up some of the information, okay? With that, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming out today. I think it was a great session. Don't miss September. And Chelsea, I guess if you're going to be official greeter, we're going to have to pay you extra. We're doubling your camp salary. How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay. So we're going from 0 to
00. Jada likes that. Yes. No, Chelsea's terrific. Okay, thanks, have a great day. We do have some operating committee members back here if you want to say hi on your way out. Have a great day.
Seniors, if you do have your late arrival early release paperwork, and you haven't turned it in to me already, I do need that so that I can track attendance.
Well, Katie Tech and also Katie